If you have an Intel MacBook with a T2 security chip and you are unable to install Linux, this video is for you. You love the hardware, but macOS feels very heavy, or maybe you just want the freedom that Linux offers. The problem is, if you try to install normal Linux ISO image, things don't work properly. The keyboard doesn't respond, the trackpad stops working, and Wi-Fi doesn't work anymore. In this video, I will show you the right way to dual boot Linux Mint on a T2 Mac using the T2Linux method. We will create a custom ISO with built-in drivers, so everything works right out of the box. Before we start, check your Mac model. If you have an older Intel Mac without the T2 chip, you don't need this method. You can simply download the standard Linux Mint ISO image and install it like a normal PC. I have already made a video on the topic. Check the link in the description. This video is specifically for 2017 to 2020 Intel Macs with the T2 chip. With that said, let's start installing Linux Mint alongside macOS. Now keep in mind, you can erase macOS and install Linux completely, but it's better to keep macOS for firmware updates. That's why we will dual boot Linux Mint with macOS. Now for this demonstration, I'm using a 2020 Intel i7 MacBook Pro running macOS Sequoia. Also, you need an 8 gigs or larger USB drive to create a bootable disk. The first thing to do before installing Linux Mint on your Mac is to disable Secure Boot. To do so, restart your Mac and hold Command+R. When you see the Apple logo, wait for a few seconds and then release the keys to enter recovery mode. Then from the menu bar, go to Utilities, select Startup Security Utility, and enter your admin password, the one that you used to log in into macOS. Then change Secure Boot to No Security and enable Allow Booting from External Media. This step is required for your Mac to recognize the USB drive. Once you're done, restart your Mac into macOS. Inside macOS, open Disk Utility. Click View. Then choose Show All Devices. Now select your main Apple SSD from the sidebar and click Partition. We don't need to create a volume. Rather, we need to create a proper partition. Then go ahead and click the plus icon. Choose the size. I recommend at least 50 GB and format it as exFAT or MS-DOS. We will change that later to ext4 during the Linux installation. Then name the partition as Linux so you don't accidentally erase your macOS partitions later. It's time to create a custom Linux Mint ISO image with T2 drivers. Open Safari, go to this website, and click Get Started. Using the T2 method, you can install distros like Arch, EndeavourOS, Fedora, Ubuntu, and Mint. For now, select Linux Mint. This will take you to the GitHub page. I recommend reading the instructions over there. Next, go to Releases section. Under Assets, download the ISO script. If your Mac is from 2016 or earlier, you can follow the normal installation method instead. Go ahead and open Terminal and navigate into your Downloads directory. You should see the ISO script over there. Don't worry, the script is safe to use and you can read it later if you want. Then run the script to start the process and choose your desktop environment. I'm going with Cinnamon. The script will download the official Linux Mint ISO image and add the T2 specific kernel and drivers for your keyboard, trackpad, and audio. Once it's done, you will see a brand new ISO file named something like Linux Mint T2.iso image. It's time to create a bootable USB. Open Safari, go to this website, and download Etcher for macOS x64. Once it's downloaded, open the DMG file and drag the app icon into your Applications folder. Then launch Etcher. Then go ahead and select your T2Linux Mint ISO image. Click Target and plug in your USB drive. Then choose the USB drive and click Flash. This process will take a few minutes. Once it's done, macOS might show a message saying the disk is unreadable. That's completely normal. Just go ahead and ignore the message. It's time to boot your Mac into Linux Mint from the USB drive. Go ahead and restart your Mac while holding the Option key. When you see the boot menu, you can release the key. You should see a yellow icon labeled as EFI boot. If there are multiple options, select the last one and press Return. Your Mac will now boot into Linux Mint. Since we use the T2 script, your keyboard and trackpad should work right away. If they don't, double check that your ISO was created correctly. Once you're inside the Linux Mint live session, go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi. You will notice that the internet works right away. Now go ahead and click the Install Mint icon on the desktop. Choose your language and keyboard layout. Make sure you are connected to Wi-Fi and enable the option to install multimedia codecs. When you reach the partition screen, you will see an option to erase the entire disk. Just go ahead and skip this option. Instead, select something else so we can create partitions manually. Then go ahead and find the partition we created earlier named Linux. In my case, it's NVMe 0N1P3. If you're not sure which one is yours, Open gparted. Look for the partition labeled as Linux and note down its drive identifier. Then go ahead and select that partition and click the minus button to delete. This will create free space. Now we will use this free space to create two partitions, boot and root. Now first create the boot partition. Click the plus icon. Set the size to around 1 GB or more. Then choose ext4 as the file system and set the mount point to /boot. Next, create the root partition. Select the remaining free space and click the plus icon. Set the mount point to / and click OK. Optionally, you can also create separate home and swap partitions if you want. Then for the bootloader, select your main Apple SSD, then click Install Now. You will see a summary showing which partitions will be formatted. Make sure you don't select any Apple or macOS partitions. Then click Continue. Choose your time zone. Create your user account and start the installation. This may take some time, so be patient. Once it's done, click Restart Now. When prompted, remove the USB drive and press Return. Your Mac should now boot into Linux Mint. And that's how you do boot your Mac with Linux Mint and macOS. If you want a full review of Linux running on Intel Mac, check out my other video where I spoke about what works and what doesn't. The first thing to do after installing Mint is to update your system. Go ahead, open Terminal and type these commands to update your system. Once it's done, reboot your system. Right now, Linux Mint runs great on this Mac. The trackpad, keyboard, Wi-Fi, and sound works very well. The only issue is sleep and wake, which can be unreliable. Apart from that, the performance is excellent. If you want to switch back to macOS, restart your Mac for holding the Option key. Then from the Startup Manager, choose Macintosh to boot into macOS. By default, Linux Mint is set as the startup disk, so it will boot automatically into Mint. And that's pretty much it. A big thanks to the T2 Linux community for making this video possible. Check out their website for more information. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more content. Thank you so much for watching. This has been KSK Royal. I will see you in the next one.